Hi, it's Joy and the Same Creator watching Only Murders in the Building, season 2, episode 13. I know who did it. This is the season finale. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's already the season finale, and I have no idea if this show is getting was picked up for a season 3. I mean, I imagine it's popular and successful enough to have been done, but maybe they intended it for it to be not. Who knows? I'm sure by the end of the episode I will tell if there are open strands again or tied off strands as well. I have loved this show. I have loved the twists and the turns of this season and the continual growth of the characters and their relationships with each other. So I'm very excited to continue getting answers, probably some more questions, and just a lot more fun in this episode. A reminder that all of my reactions to this show are available on my Patreon unedited. And let's go.
Before I became one of the most talked about people in the country, Becky Butler, I had a pretty ordinary life.
This is so fascinating.
In a bad situation. This is what Elizabeth Davies was pondering.
Oh my god, did she contact Cinder Canning? Was the entire disappearance faked? You're an adult, you can just leave.
Have you given any thought to my idea about Rose Cooper? That artist who...
Ooh, that's why she went looking.
Art? Poppy, really? God, I need a murder. A good one.
And so
I'm
you
tired of
arranged
waiting for
one?
one to fall into my lap.
Cinda sent a mayor to prison for killing someone she knew was still alive.
And now she's
Cinda
trying to
knew.
top herself by sending us to prison for a murder she committed.
God, is she good?
I mean, we could put this in the
This is so
podcast.
audacious, you know? I wish
It
I
is.
tried
Storyteller artist framing us to get the hell out of her podcast lane.
But now, how do we get her?
It's not going to be easy, but I have a plan.
I mean, for one thing, just state Poppy White is Becky Butler.
I'm sorry. I thought a plan would come to me in that moment.
Yeah, it
but,
did not.
No, nothing.
Oh lord, we're
Although...
screwed.
Oh, no. No, we just need to find the thing that unravels Cinda so she slips up and reveals herself as the killer.
Excuse me,
How do we get Cinda to confess?
she'd
Yeah.
never... Are you serious?
You must know things that upset her. That
Oh, there's nothing
What
on
she
the
said.
knife.
Did Williams get any info off that knife?
Yeah, she did. Guys, I think I know what 14 Savage means.
What does it
Why are we
mean?
here?
I'll just move it along.
Mabel, we can do this production fast or we can do it well. What would you prefer?
Fast. Do it
Fast.
fast.
Okay, well then, manipulating a mastermind into a live confession on our cam show.
Live stream.
Live stream.
Where the hell is the fucking case?
This is about us right now. Bunny's fellow neighbors getting one shot to bring her killer to justice.
And we all really need your help.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, here we go.
Stress.
Are you really doing this?
What the hell is this?
It's a killer reveal party.
As in a party that reveals a killer?
And she took the
or
seat
a
that they
reveal
wanted for
party
her?
That's going to be killer.
Inform you that the killer is here, in this very room.
But that can't be. One of us? Please say it's not true.
Howard, bring it down.
Let's remind her.
And how did she cover her tracks? With the help of a crooked cop she met years ago in Oklahoma.
This is so interesting. Is it gonna work?
How did you know about Krebs?
Oop, she's slipping.
The sexual... Why? Oh, Jesus, he's wonderful.
I love my coat of many colors. I just
Oh,
love
God.
my coat of many colors.
Literally no motive here. Why would I have...
You were investigating Rose. I'm just spitballing myself before they get to it, even though they've literally started to spell it out for you already. I don't care. Like, Rose Cooper, she was investigating. She realized that the painting would be valuable and she wanted it for
done
some
any
reason.
of this?
Excellent
Why are you moving in
That's so
slow
ridiculous.
Oh God, what is that?
So you sign a big, juicy, unless the three people who did the murdering are three A-list celebrities. Oh, sorry. I thought...
Because why?
Because she didn't do it.
Oof.
Mabel, we're so close. What are you doing?
So why not frame me and up the value of your art?
Is this all part of the plan?
I'm so intrigued. Is this?
Outraged, and frankly, haven't we been down this road before?
Was it a red
Sorry,
herring
who
when
was
we
this
red
person?
herringed
And
her?
Can we get her to dial the accent down a little bit? I mean,
Begging Bunny for her Rose Cooper painting, but she wanted 14 million for it. 14 for Savage. That
Whoa.
was a little out of your price range, wasn't it?
No!
Oh my god! Oh my god! I love the twists in this show. And the fact that we did suspect her so early on and then she was revealed to not be it and then she was it, it's so good.
You okay?
He's gonna be fine because I say so. He's gonna be fine because I say so. He's gonna be fine. He just passed out from the shock.
I could use someone like you on my staff. I mean, hell, I think you could have your own podcast.
Oh, don't even. Don't you even.
Poppy?
Yeah.
There is absolutely nothing that ties this Australian girl to Bunny's murder. Nothing.
English, you twat.
Bless you.
Thank you.
She sneezed.
See, we'll get a... Because she...
I'm so intrigued because, like, I wondered if it was Poppy and that maybe, like, the whole, like, I'm so scared of Cinder was an act. Like, did she do it to give Cinder the story and then she'd be given the credit for it and get her own podcast? But then why on earth did Alice stab Mabel? Just because she's a psychopath?
boldly dated...
It's so strange. The killer sneezed when fleeing the crime scene.
Oh my god, has this entire thing been the act? Charles, like, isn't dead because it was all fake. Alice faked it. Is it all part of the act? Because that would be brilliant.
Only the killer could have known there was a girl hiding in the walls that night.
I love this show. It's even better. Every twist is even better.
Is Becky.
Who told you that?
We did.
I love this show so much because they really make you buy the twists.
Stabbed. We've been on to you since this afternoon.
We all have.
I love
don't
this so
understand what's
much.
happening.
it's
I just wanted Cinder to notice me.
I love
Things
this
went wrong
show.
right from the start.
Get this. It belongs to a dead girl. From where the
Becky
hell I
Butler.
Let me guess. Oklahoma.
I adore the way this show twists and
I
turns.
think I know.
Ordinary, that is. If you assume most ordinary people are pretty miserable.
I adore this show because they have been thinking it was Alice
Which I assume
and
is
thinking
a
they
pretty
double
safe
bluffed us, but
assumption.
they triple bluffed us. It had crossed my mind that it could have been Poppy earlier on, but not enough to cling to it. Cinder is still a hack. Even if she still got the DNA planted in Oklahoma because we saw that, and she was willing to frame Mabel despite not being properly convinced Mabel had done it. Don't forgive Alice. Because she was still making art out of your trauma.
It was just about love.
So she went the extra mile and plotted
I
a bigger
love this.
New York story.
I love how these twists work because it makes total sense.
Murders in the building.
And for only murderers in the building.
I'm Oliver.
But it was her building, not this one.
I'm Mabel Moore.
2 murders back to back.
Yep.
Now we
Oh,
can
God.
start talking to each other.
Is
like
there about to
people,
be
not
another
just
one?
About murders.
Right.
What do they talk about? I adore this so much. The way it all comes together is brilliant.
And your dementia is in remission.
Hallelujah! It's a miracle cure.
Nice, you got dementia.
Thanks, Louise.
I like this. It makes me happy.
Are you asking me out on a date?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Charlie.
The years they could have
Finally
had
you
together.
got it out.
Very sweet.
If you're not my father, then I don't know what a father is. You hear me?
Exactly.
How did you know?
Exactly.
Come on.
Adopt.
I know all your tales.
Exactly. You weren't very convincing. And adoption is what
I
matters.
love you so much.
I mean, adoption is what matters. I mean, like, adopted children are just as much the children of their parents. You both love each other. If anything, his relief in that moment was probably because there was a small part of him that would be scared that his dad would be like, wait, you're not mine, I don't want anything to do with you or something, but he was just relieved that you were lying because you wanted him.
Oh, really?
Or was he famous
What,
enough to
did the
get
director fall out
hired?
or something? Really? Ben? Everyone gets opening night jitters.
I'm good.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Is Paul Rudd about to get murdered on opening night?
Fuck bag.
Or is his big stage production going to be a flop because the star gets murdered or commits a murder?
Good luck tonight.
Oh my god.
Thanks. Good luck is a curse in the theater. I know what you did.
This is, oh my god, this is season 3.
Okay, fasten your seatbelts.
I love that Lucy's in his life.
So proud of you. Thank you.
And I love this little family, and there's someone called Joy in it, and she's an old lady because only old ladies have my name.
Let me tell you.
He's about to die. Has he been poisoned?
Let me.
Somebody! Anybody!
Oof, another murder that they're... I mean, it's not in their building, but it's... Murders follow them.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I adore this show so much, and I'm so happy there's going to be a season 3. I kind of assumed there would be because I know it's done well, and you know it should be made, but you never fully know, especially when there are bigger names in things. So this episode, I don't know about the end, but obviously the whole beginning. Now, it crossed my mind when we were having the whole revelations, it had crossed my mind that it was going to be Poppy. I potentially said it at some point, but the nature of this show is it's so fast paced, and like I feel like it's the kind of show where every other second you're pointing and going, it's them, it's them, it's them. And then they really seemed like they were settling into their ending, so you were like, okay, no, it isn't Poppy, it's gonna be it is Cinder. And then when they flipped on Alice, I was like, oh fine, it was Alice, and they red herringed us before, but Alice was a triple red herring. I love how they do it so much, because it inevitably will turn out to be somebody that you've at one point randomly accused, but they never give you enough time to get comfy and properly formulate who you think it is and get a lot of evidence behind you. I loved it so much. I love the revelation about Becky Butler and how it all came together, and the fact that Cinder didn't know it was faked. She wasn't very observant because she'd been looking at pictures of this woman endlessly when making this podcast, and then you have her standing next to you and she just has a fringe and glasses and darker hair, and you don't recognize it's the same person. So I love that twist, and that Cinder isn't as evil and twisted as she seems. She's still evil and twisted, as they maintained in the last episode. She's still definitely someone who's not in the true crime business for any good reason, and probably causes a lot of harm to families of people she investigates, if she ever actually investigates a murder that is real. I love the way they solved it, and the way that the little community all came together, including Alice. Though I do hope Alice isn't in the next season. I don't care for her. Or if she is in the next season, I need a solid explanation for what the frack she was doing, because to me it seems like she used Mabel, like Mabel said in her accusation, it was kind of true, she was making some kind of art based on Bloody Mabel to try and get more exposure, and maybe she fell for her along the way, but she was still going through with it, and it doesn't make it okay. So I don't need to see her again. I know Cara Delevingne is Cara Delevingne, and they probably want her to stay in it, who knows, but she's made her amends, she can leave now. But so the whole twist, the whole scene with it, where all the main characters and Marv were there, was fantastic. And then the way they managed to get her to crack, because they figured it all out. They figured it out both with the real evidence, and they also got their reveal for the podcast. So it was all fantastic. And Bunny's last words were very helpful as well. Poor Bunny. Oh, I just love the show. I'm sorry, because only murders in the building. Technically speaking, this murder didn't happen in their building, but it is a building where 2 of them worked. And when he said stay away from her, did he mean Mabel? I mean, there's a bit of an age gap, but who knows? It could have been anybody. And obviously, it's not just I know what you did as well. So Paul Rudd had been up, and Ben Glenroy had been up to some shit. That's all going to be linked to his murder, and I guess the podcast is going to resume and trying to work this out. So excited to see how that plays out. Season 3 is going to be fantastic. I can already tell. This season was fantastic as well. I feel like in this season we really explored Mabel. We explored all of them. I love the scene with Oliver and his son, where his son was like, well, look, if you're not my dad, then what is a dad? Because they both know that the DNA test is the DNA test, but who cares? That's what I said, like, I think they deserve, I'm glad he was going to tell him the truth, because I do think he deserves to know it, as much as it might be a hard thing to accept. But he's his dad and has been for the last God knows how, like, his entire life. It doesn't change anything. If his mother had already had a son when Oliver came on the scene, and then Oliver had raised him for this many years, he would be his father. So I really loved that moment between them. In a show that is often so silly and ridiculous, it can really do those touching moments well, and I love when it does it. I am just so excited to solve Paul Rudd's murder. I actually had to like stop and Google and like Internet Movie Database it to make sure it was Paul Rudd, because my brain does that thing. I don't know if anyone else's brain does this, where you see someone and you recognize them, and then you you second guess yourself, and you're like, oh, is that just the guy that looks like Paul Rudd? Because this is the kind of show that has the big cameos in it. Paul Rudd is the kind of actor that does cameos and things. Like he was on Travel Man once. Fantastic. But yeah, no, I love this show. I'm ready for season 3 when it comes out. Oh, the twists and turns are so much fun. I do actually really want to rewatch it to like follow all the twists along as it goes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.